Hello and welcome back to the next teams that we're going to see. It's going to be WASD Sports versus WORTEX, so Estonian duel. We can see the matchup now on the screen. We can see the players and the maps that they're going to play. Cobblestone and Inferno. We know that WASD Sports, they definitely like to play on Cobblestone. That should be their map.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we've seen already them playing this map and in a very confident fashion at that. So we're eager to see if it's going to be the case against WORTEX, who are currently sitting in 3rd/4th position, as they are tied with Skinlords in every single form. So obviously, they're really eager to take at least one map off WASD Sports to at least gain some points and gain some sort of advantage in the standings currently. Expecting a really strong match to be in Cobble, as I feel like WORTEX do have the potential to play solidly against WASD Sports, and obviously they're going to be tested against the Titans. What do you think about Inferno, though?
Inferno, in my opinion, should be WASD, because I think that their apartment control, even they're going to start on either side, is going to be just out of the world. It's going to be pretty tough for WORTEX to move in either the second middle or even towards middle, especially with Spare and Dodds being there. We know how flashy Spare is with the op, as well as Dodds with those rifles. So that should be a pretty tough one. But on Cobblestone, well, WASD Sports, they had a bit of trouble against the other Estonian team, EGR Esports, where they played 64 rounds in total on that map. So I'm still thinking Cobblestone should go WASD Sports' way, but knowing how well Steak plays with the op and how big of an impact it gives in this map, I think WORTEX, if they start on CT side, they could shut down WASD, at least for, in my opinion, the first half should go 10-5 if WORTEX start on CT side. So I have a lot of hope in WORTEX in this one.
Well, let's hope to see that it is indeed going to be the case, as we already have previously discussed. We are actually heading into our knife round here, as the first flashes are are coming through now, and it seems that WORTEX have actually won the knife round, and they have decided to stay on CT side.
So let's see if the 10-5 prediction will be correct. Let's see how well WASD will play around that drop zone. Because I think with their players, they definitely have a big advantage to play there.
Yeah, for sure. They have an advantage, and obviously they are known to have a good amount of aggression in these matches, and they like to start off strong and early. So expecting a really fast play from them, and it looks like they are going to be heading towards B here, as Spur is actually still in T-spawn with the bomb in hands.
Yeah, just Spur things, but let's see now as WASD Sports, they move into drop zone. Alright, as we thought that this should be a strong position as they're taking down Vista. Let's see here, Fields. He can't peek out too easily as Phileb has found one Joyster with the next kill. And you can see now it's going to be a bit of a struggle here, WASD Sports, as only Spur will be left alive. The guy who was AFK at the beginning of the rounds, I don't know if he cost them the rounds, but we can see he can't do too much here as he tags up Joyster, but it's going to be Phileb with the second kill of the round and the first round for WORTEX.
Both Doista and Philebok doing an excellent job here, not allowing for the terrorist players to get too close to them. Doista did have a few close-range battles there, but actually was also saved at one point by Steak. So excellent hold from them. As we talked before, it was a fast play coming out from WASD Sports, and they got shut down. Now a lot of Deagles on T side, and they're just going to be looking to see if they can get any free
Doista missed the opening shot, so this could cost them a lot, as now he gets at least a tag into Vista. But the players are pushing forward. He managed to get away, and he's going to get Vista here. But there's still one more player towards middle and as well. Player towards long, and Doista with the headshots onto Dodds, as Goborik now trying to play around the smoke. Realized that pushing there is not the best choice, since there are now only 3 players left. And there's still a lot for them to do, as Bitcher has moved into the drop zones. Now looking for a kill, he's going to find Phileba. You can see the aggression kind of paying off, as now the players are slowly trying to rotate towards B side. Steak still is left there, as now Spur with Gaborik moving in. And I think they were spotted, and here they're going to not get the kill, as Steak with the FAMAS gets the headshot against the player. Now only the in-game leader will be left alive, as he spots the player. But now with the flash and everything coming out, he's going to get pushed and killed off. 3 kills for Doista. Great scout play, realizing really fast the players are that close. Yeah,
and excellent. Actually surprised that the second kill was a headshot there. So great flick from Doist. Let's see if he can do the same in this following round, as obviously eSports is still not expecting them to lower their pace at any point in time. They're still going to do these fast plays. Most likely, as you can see, the terrorist team have split up slightly towards the danger area.
Oh, and the perfect push from Steek, damaging one and taking down one player, as they're still going to push towards this position, and Steek just having a field day, as Bitcher is going to be the last man standing. He did find one, but there's 4 more players to find, and we can see that they're just going in from every single position imaginable onto Bitcher. He already gets tagged up. You can see with the pistol he can't do too much. Philip rotates 3-0.
There was actually a team kill coming out from eSports, so money-wise, that's not the best news. As you can see, Spur here sitting around on 2K and decides to go for that sawed-off shotgun.
Default Spur, in my opinion, because we've seen him do these kind of things so often, and I think he's going to be the guy who's going to take the control of the drop zone as they're looking to head towards B side. It's going to be a pretty quick push. Now as they're going to move in, let's see if Krasner can do anything about it, as they've already moved in the drop zone. Can he find the player rotating? Doista here. He hear the player? Doista hears him, but there comes in the headshot from the sawed off, as Philip did find one of the players. And as you can see, Spur still from the back lines. Now picking up the M4, getting 2 kills. Gabori gets the timing perfect, as only Steek will be left alive. And you can see eSports, when they get the initial kills, the confidence is there and they can freely get the kills. Although WORTEX, they were pretty hidden around the map, at least in the B site. Krasner was pretty close up, right near the smoke.
Yeah, but the eSports did the right move and right call, not slow down, not allow for these players to continue to remain hidden and flush them out relatively quickly, and found all the necessary kills. There's only Zdeek now remaining, and they're obviously hunting for him, realizing that that is most likely the AVP being saved as we speak. Unfortunately, they haven't found him just yet, as he will be spotted. Zdeek actually misses the first shot and will retreat back into danger position.
Managed to get away. And does not get a quick flick. And that is the op now in eSports' hands for free.
Yeah, that was slightly unfortunate from Zdeek there. Having heard Dodds in that situation, of course you're confident that you're going to land the shot, but vice versa, at least scope it, I would say, in that situation, as the no-scope was a bit risky and you're still going to be pushed. So by scoping in, you're not going to lose too much. As you can see, the terrorist team that is eSports once again are opting in for this fast B play, at least pushing up close. The Molotov will hold them back for a second here, as
one more
second Molotov will be
coming. You
can
see how low they are. It's going to be now Krasner having a field as he takes down one. Spurs already down, and does now with the op. Has to find so much. Well, let's see if he can do it, as his teammates are not pushing in just yet. Still playing around drop zone, I believe, as Dodds misses the timing. And now when Gaborik has rotated, they should now go and help Dodds, because you can see he's in the 19 HP, and that op is kind of crucial for them.
Yeah, he's actually managed to cross back, just making sure no CT is going to be getting into those stairs. As you can see, all 5 CT players are heading towards B, but a peek from Bitcher with the help of Vista into connector will give them a free kill. And can they follow up? Vista finds a second. Can he find a third? Will be dropped by Krasner eventually.
But Krasner already, the third kill is for him, as now a player comes out from drop zone. Bitcher with 1 kill. Doista was spotted, but now he has to find the off player, and the AK player is going to find Bitcher, but Dodds with 19 HP survives. It was so lucky that long-range bullets did not hit their Dodds.
Oh yeah, for sure. 19. And I mean, Bitcher slightly overextended there, wide-peaked the player, and unfortunately that lost his life to him, and Dodds had to save the day with only 19 HP. I'm actually surprised he managed to survive that whole engagement, because he was on low HP from the initial Molotovs already.
And they kind of even lined up at one point, so at least one bullet should have hit Dodds, but he was lucky enough for that not to happen, as Phileba now 14 HP. He won't be shut down just yet, but I believe they know where they are, and Spur here with 2 kills with that max 10, just racking up that money, as he had 6.6k in the bank before, and now has 7.8.
And now Doista in the connector. Let's see if he can find any players, as obviously Spur is most likely not going to be slowing down. He's going to be eager to find these kills, and he has been heard at this stage. And can he find a kill on Doista? No. Oh, Doista actually shuts down Bitcher as well, so that is essential, as Doista will retrieve an AK, but his teammate has been found in the meantime, so he's being sandwiched in.
Team kill. Okay, can this work out? No, at least Dodds gets the kill back, but what is this from eSports?
Are they trolling?
Well, I feel like I was not sure if they would be willing to do that against WORTEX, because we've seen how well WORTEX can play. But at this stage, it feels like they are more than... And Spur, even, he knows that there is the buy round coming in for WORTEX, and he still goes for that sawed-off.
Right, so they really want to go for no-respect plays and want to show, most likely, that regardless of team kills, regardless of whatever happens, regardless of what weapons they buy, they're still going to take this map. And I like the confidence. The Spur has already jumped down, spots a player towards short, knows he's up close, doesn't land the shot on the player towards the ball.
Almost got the second kill, but now it looks like WORTEX could potentially shut down this push. It's going to be now 2-on-3. Gaborik with Dawes, the only player surviving. At least Gaborik spots one, as now Dawes is coming out looking for the shot, and he's going to take down Filet, but that allows Gaborik to get in a bit safer position, although he is spotted. And Dawes now, as he moves out, he's just checking this angle. He's going to get the kill against Doista, and only Steak will be left alive, but he gets tagged up, and now he has to play 1v2, as Noato gets dropped down the grenade as well. 2 HP on him.
Doids, the landing, the shots, and the presence of mind, just doing everything perfectly, making sure the round is secured as the peak comes through. And does he choose to go for the bank? He won't, but regardless, Dodds with 3 kills and an incredibly solid play. Oh my god, what a round.
You can see Spare failed terribly there, because when he got in, there was no players close range.
Yeah, and sawed-off in the distance is definitely probably your worst option that you can have. I rather would have a Glock in long distance than a sawed-off. So, round goes towards WASD Sports. It is still 4-3, so a close game. There are all 5 Deagles on WORTEX's side, and Dodds will already have found Steeg as the remaining terrorist players are pushing up a slope. And you can see Doista now seeing players crossing into side, just making sure there's nobody coming in through a long.
Field's going to get one. That's the bomb down, but Gaborik comes in to get the kill back. It's going to be Krasner going down as well. At least Bileba has found one, and that leaves Doista 1 against 3. The bomb should be picked up, and they should now be careful about this position, but they won't be, as the bomb will get dropped down one more time, and Doista now behind this wooden wall. That is not the best place to be at, as he's going to see the player. You can see they are tagging him up, 40 HP on him, as he can't find a head, but this awareness is pretty great, as he's looking for the kill there on Spur, as now he could potentially get Dodds here, but the Deagle shots are not being hit, and they're running in with the knife. Yeah, they're running in with the knife.
Okay. Domestic duel, and we can see which way this is heading. They want to shut down WORTEX's mentality and not give them any options. Nothing really happening in all chat, but there's no words need to be said in terms of what's happening on the map, as WASD Sports are just trying to dominate their opponent in every single possible way. You can see Spur once again with the Mac 10
I'm not understanding that. Do you really don't want to play with the AK, or that's just like Mac 10? Oh, I like Mac 10. I'm going to play rather with this rather than AK.
Well, it's a great up-close weapon. Unfortunately, Spur does lose his life due to the fact that he was flashed and was standing in Molotov Flames, but you can use the Mac 10 towards the drop zone very efficiently, as Gaborik will find Steak on A side, will go down to Doist eventually. Dodds will Molotov off the doors and was going to be checking for the player to cross. Misses the timing. Can he find him? Will eventually, and now the remaining CT players are locked off as the A side is completely open, and Bitcher here with the backstab.
Such a great position, but there are 2 players right in front of him, as he can't take him down. You can see the grenade, perfect timing.
And look at the angle from Dodds. He's actually peeking into connector from the hole here, and he's trying to be pre-fired, but Dodds lands as the pixel shot.
Yes, exactly. He still got that kill, and even now, okay, at least Fields gets the kill back. And now Vista, I won't say all he has to do now is not be spotted, but he does not give a damn.
Vista doesn't give a damn. He peeks into the player and straight up deletes him off the map. And 6 rounds in a row coming out from WASD Sports, and it doesn't look like they're willing to stop. Spur once again with the Mac 10, doesn't really care about any other weapons. He's sitting on 12k. Whatever, he's just gonna run in and kill the remaining WORTEX players. As
it feels like it.
We're heading into the next round, and Bitcher actually pushing through the smoke, finds Doista, but Doista will get the kill on him.
He can get the second, but at least there is still Steak who gets the kill, so now it's going to be 3 against 4. It's kind of not the best situation for terrorists, as there are only going to be 2 players left alive, and here Fields survives with 2 HP. But as you can see, Dodge just pushing towards middle. He can now easily get the players who are there, but he has to be really careful. We can see 1 player coming in from behind. Will the timing be for him? It will be, as he takes down Phileb. And Vista has gotten pretty far out, so now it's going to be all on him to get all the information. Dodds will manage to get away the grenade kills off Fields. So unlucky for him, as Krasner, he is stuck near the sights, and I believe Vista should be wary of this position.
Fully aware that he is up close and will eventually find him towards this small room position.
What can you say about the strats? And
Strats, in this case, it's just run and gun so far. Obviously, they're sticking together as a unit and they're trading as much as they can. And obviously, it is favoring them due to the fact that there's a long distance to cover in terms of rotation. So even if the CT players, that is WORTEX, currently know that and say perhaps an A hit is imminent, the time it takes for them to get there is just not enough. In terms of
even without the scope, gets the kill against Fileba in the second shot. He's so on point here. You just can't stop WASD at this stage. You can tell
these guys have warmed up as Vista is still looking to find extra kills here. There is a player in drop zone and he's going to be taken out. And now only Steak remaining in connector, smoked off, and the players are already pushing. He's going to be spotted here as he does land a kill on Gaborik.
He gets the tag into Bitcher as well, and they still are going to push him, so he's going to get the kills. And quite potentially, he could get the round here if we're talking...
yeah, the bomb is not even planted yet, so they just want to knife him probably at this stage. He gets the kill on the full HP player, and now only Bitcher remaining with 5.
He's not even going for the bomb. 6 HP on this guy, and he gets the kill.
What am I watching?
I have no idea, man. This does not feel like a game that should be played in Baltic eSports League.
I feel like they've had some sort of debate before this game, like they've had a discussion and it hasn't gone well, so eSports want to show something. At least it looks like it on the map. As you can see, Spur once again with the solved off. Gaborik just playing with the CZ, not even taking any drops from his teammates. So obviously the confidence is through the roof coming out from eSports, and so far rightly so, as they continue just eliminating.
That guy, he's just anti-fragger now. As he was not that guy before, but you can see only 2 players survive at least. Bitcher, he gets the first kill as he's pushing on forward. He's going to see the next guy, but Fields with the kill back. So now Gaborik, I think at this stage, eSports are like, yeah, we probably should have dropped to our captain.
Yeah, they probably should have dropped to their captain first of all, and second, obviously you can see that eSports don't look like they seem to particularly care at this stage that they've lost a round or two, as they feel, it looks like at least that they feel like they've secured the round. But Gaborik now in this 1 versus 2 is going to lose his life as both players peek him at the same time and deal equal amounts of damage, eventually taking him out. 8-4 in favor of eSports, and so far an incredibly fast and an incredibly convincing half coming out from them. And let's just see if they can keep up the pace as the money starts to go slightly towards the lower end. And Spur, once again, on the Mac 10, would really like to see him rush either middle
He even bought a scout and dropped it because I guess it was a rebuy. Yeah, so... Misbuy.
Misbuy, that is. Would like to see him to use this Mac 10 extremely proactively, and he's rightly so doing it. He's just making sure no players are up close, and they're going to be taking a position here in A long. His bomb is still towards middles. Deke will be found, and that is going to be a kill for eSports, and just pushing through, not allowing the rotations to come through. Spur actually spots Fileba inside, but Fileba will take care of dots in the process and will be dropped. Once again, Vista, Jesus, man, stop. Don't stop, but stop.
Like, this is just, I believe, too crushing for WORTEX, as it looks pretty good for Fileba. He got the timing right. He knew where the player is going to be, second player going. He even pre-fires that angle, but still, Vista manages to get the kill.
Insane stuff coming out from Vista. There's only Krasner now remaining. Not really, can't really find an opening here. You can see Spur sitting under the balcony with his knife out, just hoping for Krasner to drop. And will he do so, as he slightly toys with the idea of going through this small opening, and heard the player next to the car. Couldn't eventually decide which target to choose, and was taken down by Bitcher in a very quick fashion there. And wow. I was not expecting anything less from eSports, but this looks like that it's an extremely overconfident style of play. As you can see, Dodds now picking up the sawed-off shotgun as well, so they like to use the full arsenal. I'm just curious to see, will we see a Negev at one point at this stage?
On CT side, I think there's more than a chance for that to happen. So let's see, Doista, can he get the opening? Here's already one player really drop down. Gaborik going down. So you can see the overconfidence not working out every single time, as Krasner has found one more. You can see Spare is low, 21 HP. And here Doista comes in, gets one, gets the second as well. And only Victor remaining with 24 HP. But he has to find only 2 more players. He's going to go there with the Glock. I know he was spotted, but there is Doista from the front, killing him off. And 5-9 as we're going to head into the last round of the first half. And the buy Spur finally goes for a weapon that's appropriate for him.
Yeah, so Spur decides enough is enough. You had your fun. And now I'm going to take up the AVP and destroy you. As you can see, there's an AVP, an AK, a few Deagles, and a MAC-10 on the terrorist side. So once again, we're most likely looking towards a fast play here, as Spur will be heading actually towards the drop zone with the AVP. Manages to spot the smoke, shoots a bullet, but doesn't land the shot.
Okay, and there's going to be radio cast enabled for us since the half. At the moment, it's going to still go on. It was Gaborik who went down at first. You can see WASD Sports, they have slowed things down.
Yeah, so they're taking their time, obviously losing that initial player now, slightly more favoring the B side as it looks in terms of numbers. There are 3 terrorist players towards B as Bitcher manages to find a kill here onto the side, but will be dropped by Doist eventually. Spur now coming in with the AVP from the drop zone, peeking towards the rock. Will he find the player? Gets the kill. There's another player in sight, and he'll be actually sandwiched in now as only Vista remaining here in B long with only a Deagle against 2 AVPs and an AK. Can he find any single player here, as so far there's no luck? No CTs have shown their face. They're keeping their distance, obviously taking advantage of these AVPs, and Feltz will actually knife Vista in return. So there is going to be a pause coming out now, just in terms of getting the stream back up and running normally. There's just a bit of technical issue. And
yes, we should fix it pretty fast. Should not take too long, but the score 6-9. I guess it should be okay for WORTEX to have that kind of rounds, and now on C side they could potentially go for the win. Do you think they have the potential against this kind of WASD?
Well, if WASD continued to play this reckless style of fashion, and we can see Vista is actually purchased dual elites and a Zeus, then I feel like if they throw away enough amount of rounds, yes, WORTEX could take them off, but so far WASD looked to be very dominant in
It's okay for them to be that aggressive on C side. And I think on CT side they will be more composed, at least I hope, but I think their information play is going to be out of the roof, and it's going to be pretty tough for WORTEX.
Well, I'm expecting from WASD Sports a lot of peaks towards A long, most likely, to just understand what's happening towards the A side, as you can't really freely peek into B long that much. You need to have at least a pop flash or something like that happening, and if it's not going to be done, then you're risking your life by peeking into B long, whereas A long is more forgiving in that fashion. So I feel like you can quickly find out what's happening towards A, and then afterwards adjusting accordingly. In general, I would really like to see what WORTEX have in play. I would like to see them answer fire with fire and just have the same amount of initiative coming from them. But do they have the courage for it?
Yeah, that is the case. Like, can they actually put something against a team that is so good at it? Because I think WASD Sports, they know what can stop them.
Yeah, if you haven't practiced this, you can't really play that freely. Don't get me wrong, it's not complete recklessness coming out from WASD Sports. It is still a controlled fashion in what they're doing. It's just the fact that they can allow themselves to do it in an easier way than other teams would, as obviously they quite like to end this match as fast as possible for them, and obviously showing a bit of disrespect towards their enemies, perhaps trying to tilt them, and even in that sense make the game close out even sooner.
Yes, but we have at least the game back on the stream. Hopefully the players will read the message for the unpause, and they will, and we have the unpause in, so we can head back into the match. So WASD Sports now on CT side. Let's see. We talked about, will they keep up on the aggression, or will they be so composed that WORTEX won't know what to do against them?
Well, it's very dangerous to play super aggressive against Glocks, as obviously you're choosing to opt in for a close range fight when you shouldn't be doing so. Vista here in the drop zone, just waiting for any sort of sound cues, and actually has jumped up onto this wooden ledge here, as Dodds will already find a player, and Steak returning the favor.
I thought when Dodds pushed in, Gaborik will push in as well towards the A long. That's not the case. You can see the aggression is still there from WASD Sports. Yeah. But WORTEX, they are expecting something like this.
Bitcher gathering a lot of information here, realizes there is at least one player here in B lobby. He's going to be falling back and seeing if he can catch any players. Will be caught off eventually.
Not the best position to be in.
And Vista now needs to do a lot of work with these elites. And obviously elites are kind of a 50-50 weapon. If you're really good with them, perhaps you can save this situation, as obviously you do have quite a few bullets to work with here.
Yeah, let's see if Spur can find the initial headshot. He can't find the player. Phileb wins the headshot, but Vista, the dual elites come through. So now 2v2, the player dropping into drop zone. So Steak, okay, Vista did go down, so now it's going to be only Gaborik. But he finds Phileb, and he knows where to look for the next player. As he still hears that he now went back towards drop. And as the smoke has landed, Gaborik can feel a bit more safe, as he's going to push forward, hiding and almost get kill against Steak, but he's going to get pushed from both sides, and he can't deal with that.
Yeah, so WORTEX playing it properly in this scenario. No BM plays coming through. Obviously, don't want to risk anything, and they do need that first initial round, that first initial boost that you can get by winning it, and accordingly the following round should fall into their hands. But we've seen countless times on Cobble, the pistol rounds are extremely dangerous to play against if you're not really sure how many players are where. And there's actually going to be a boost happening into drop. Bitcher here up close and personal, and can he find both of the players here with the CZ, as he sees one dropped off, but does he expect his teammate Krasner?
Oh my god, did he really expect that push to come through?
Not entirely sure, perhaps, but it feel like just the timing got the best of Bitcher there, as unfortunately he got distracted by the player dropping into B long, and Dodds now trading bullets with Feltz, both players on low HP, and actually Dodds here doing solid work, but Feltz with the UMP as well as Krasner with the MAC-10 both find each for a kill, and now only Vista and Gaborik are remaining here. They're both going to be towards the short position with the Deagles. So let's see if they can land any hits, as there are two low players, and theoretically it is possible for them to win the round, but WORTEX would really need to mess up.
Yes, let's see, Gaborik, he was not spotted, so he gets one. He almost gets the second kill as well, and now Vista close range with the Deagle has to be careful from any kind of backline pushes, but Phileba with 2 HP finds the players, so now 8-9. This game could go tied up, and from there, let's see when WASD Sports will gather up what they did in T sides, all the courage and all the aggression. But let's see, it's probably going to be in the buy round, as in this round there's won't be any stacks coming through. I thought they're going to be like aggressive pushing one or two positions. Yeah, that could kind of help them.
Quite a few players heading towards the B long here, as another player from the Terrace team will be boosted up onto the boxes here. Spur actually dealing some damage onto Feltz and Phileba here, and is actually taking fire. Back will be eventually dropped down, but look at the positioning here from excuse me, who's that? That's gonna be Dodds.
He lost all the bullets that he had in his weapon, just went to die.
Oh, that was slightly unfortunate coming out from him. So far nothing too extravagant coming out from WASD Sports on this eco round, as Deke will eventually find Gaborik as well, and now only Vista and Bitcher remaining. Vista shoots through the smoke, so gives away his positioning definitely. Deke instantly fell back, and just making sure nobody's pushing through this smoke, as Vista taking loads of damage now, and only Bitcher now remaining with the CZ in hand. Making quite a few noise. Actually,
what the? Bitcher, he got 2 headshots, and now close range there is one player waiting, and even 2 players, but he's gonna get one more kill before he goes down. An expensive round for WORTEX, but they still managed to get it.
Bitcher with the CZ shots, that's a scary sight to see. That's the moment where you realize, as WORTEX, even on these pistols, they can still do a lot of damage, and you should not be underestimating them. Not saying that WORTEX are, but you'll always have that thought in the back of your head that it's enough to see a single moment like that during the match where you're not going to have your full confidence playing against these pistols.
As Deutsch is waiting for an aggressive push through, the flash did come through, but no one pushed in. As now the smoke lands, but I think he gave away with the sound that he got hit with it, and Dodds will manage to get the kill. So WORTEX, they did put one player towards B side, they lost him, and now Gaborik in middle will lose his life as Phileba gets the kill back. Now Spur, he drops down the smoke, he's gonna run through it, he's gonna look for the kills. He does not put the player in the side. Krasner managed to get past them. Spur, I believe he's still waiting in the smoke.
Yeah, Spur is still lingering around in the smoke. He's going to be dropped by Phileba, but now Vista taking the life of Krasner, and just Bitcher looking to see if he can find Phileba in a slope now, as actually Bitcher will find the player in the sight, as Dodds will end Phileba's life, and now only Steak remaining, and he's on a huge flank here, but Dodds with the mind awareness, understanding that something's fishy is happening, like there's some weird timing going on, and obviously checking his behind in the right time.
Yes, and the buy round works out for eSports. They even managed to get 3 AKs in their hands, and that should be scary for WORTEX.
Obviously, yes, it's an instant delete off the map if you peek your head. Peeking down from drop now is even more dangerous if at least one of the AKs is heading there. And that also alleviates some of the pressure they might have towards the drop zone, as you can instantly just check from the window position the drop and be sure to have more support in other parts of the map.
You can see eSports, they even gone for 2 max 7, so one towards long of A and one towards the platform here. So weird position, usually see them in drop zone or maybe near that platform drop.
Yeah, Spur will actually see the player down deeper into B long. Will they expect this Krasner to be there? I feel like they know.
And
yeah, they know.
But Krasner still managed to find the kill, and as it was Spur pushing up front, he's going to still look for the kills with the Mag 7. The confidence is still there for eSports, but it's not working out completely, as here Doista finds the player towards middle, and we are going to see Vista and Gaborik now trying to get the retake, as Gaborik has found one. He's going to look for one more, but he was way too close. And Doista was ready for that player to be there.
And only Vista currently remaining. I feel like eSports are still playing to have fun more like than actually gathering their composure. So complete relaxation, I feel like, from their side. So far, they don't look to be stressed too much. They don't look like they're frustrated. Still plays are happening and going in their favor, and there's still time for things to happen also
Fields
in this
just
round.
Did hear the player go through, so this should be an easy up kill for him. Will Vista peek this angle, as he's going to get past, and it's going to be Fields with an easy kill. It's going to be 10-10. So at this stage, game kind of back and forth, but eSports only managed to get one round on CT side.
This is probably the stage where eSports are saying to themselves, okay, let's just decode this one more time and let's just finish this map off, as it's getting too close and there is no room for error pretty much left. I mean, like, perhaps one round, but that round mustn't be the one that's going to reset them. So obviously they don't want to make these mistakes, as WORTEX are looking to make the gathered and composed approach towards the match and just making sure no pushes are happening, as Dodds will find Krasner, but Fields will instantly take him down.
Spur, he's going to smoke off the entrance towards platform. That kind of stops the players, and let's see, Gaborik, I thought he's going to go for information. There are 2 players ready there, as now the smoke comes through, the flashes and the Molotov as well, as they're now pushing in, and Gaborik looking for the kill. He can get it. The aim punch is real, and are going to see Vista look for those crazy deagle shots.
So far doesn't manage to find anyone, as it will be moving closer into side, actually hiding between these cannons. So a weird positioning from him. Decides to fall back slightly deeper, so great off angle coming in from him, as I don't think you can really see him at first glance when you peek from the tree there. And Spur actually has also pushed up close towards into B lobby, doesn't hear anyone just yet, so he's just waiting for any sort of cues and expecting a player to come through at any point in time. As you can see, terrorists seem to be slightly favoring B at this stage, as Spur will be found, and now only Bitcher remains in B. Here's 2 players in B long, and also is he going to be backstabbed?
No, he won't. It's going to be Fields with the up kill, as Phileba was still checking connector, waiting for the player to be there, as he thought the rotation should have come through pretty soon. But Vista gets dropped down to 11 HP, and doesn't look like he can save this deagle, as it was Deek now hearing where the guy is going, and this should be a free kill for him. As it will be. So Deek finds the kill, WORTEX move into the lead, 11-10. As now it's going to be, I'm guessing, one more eco for eSports. I don't know, in them they could force, and they will force.
They decide to force up. All jokes aside, it's a very close match still. I mean, currently for eSports, they should start to get slightly worried, and they should start to take this more seriously, as obviously WORTEX seems to be on a roll here, just off the fact that they're not making any misjudged plays. But as I say,
it's with the glass cannon. Finds the middle player.
So instantly a 5 versus 4 situation. The round had only just begun, as the terrorist players are going to be clearing A, but Dodds obviously spotted at least another player there, and realizing that an A push is a possibility, just making sure nobody's heading into middle here, as Gaborik now also making sure no pushes are happening. And Bitcher actually pushed up close towards the smoke in B platform, towards the terrorist side here. Doesn't hear anyone just yet, and should give information soon.
Dodds, okay, this flash kind of gives it away as he was not checking long at all. He misses the first opening shot, but now it's going to be Gaborik who could go down to Fileba here from back lines. And now the two players trying to go for the retake as Dodds goes down as well. And now it's a 3-on-4 situation as only now the players have rotated, and Vista now with the op looking if he can find any player peeking towards his position.
And Bitcher is going to be flashing over for his team as the remaining terrorists are flashed towards the car position here. So they're just making sure nobody has squeezed through quickly and keeping the CT players intact and keeping them in connector here. Is actually Vista has managed to sneak through, and this is going to be won't find a player here just yet and decides to fall back, as obviously this is going to be a save from WASD Sports. There's no point of going for this retake. They don't have the kit, and there are still 4 terrorist players alive. So it's going to be the 12th round for WORTEX, and it is going to be in their favor. So 12-10 in favor of WORTEX. Is actually Bitcher finds Steak here. So that's one gun down.
Let's see if he can go for that AK. He will. But no, he's more so looking if someone pushes in to get the kill against him. So as you mentioned, 12-10. And I think WASD Sports gave a bit too much room for WORTEX, and now WORTEX are capitalizing on that.
Yeah, WASD Sports have slightly given it away, but there's by all means they can still definitely bring it back, as they did save enough amount of weapons to put up a good fighting force in this round, as Dodds once again will be looking to find an entry here in middle. Hasn't spotted anyone just yet, as most of the players are towards B, and only
41 HP left on the guy as Bitcher. He hasn't seen anyone. Now he's going to look for the kill, but it's going to be Doista with the kill as Spur finds one with an MP9, and there's only one player in from behind line, Steak. He moves into the site already early on, and you can see the retake here won't be possible as the op goes down, and Gaborik with only a Zeagle is now going to look for any kind of damage that he can deal to WORTEX. You can see their money is not the best situation, but few players have it, as Fields is going to get the kill, and I believe...
And it's going to be 13-10 in favor of WORTEX. I mean, they can really win this game just off the fact that the CTs don't have enough money to make a full utility and rifle buy. So really, WASD Sports needs some sort of miracle here to happen. Spur is going to have the AVP, and he does have armor, so it's not really a glass cannon. He's going to be peeking into middle again, where they had previously luck finding the player. He's going to shoot, but not landing the shot, as he does get flashed. So he'll just smoke off middle and try to see if he can peek over the smoke. Gets the kill on Steak. Excellent work, and now they just fall back and wait for the push to come through, as most likely the terrorists should try to at least put some amount of pressure on a different part of the map.
As CTs, they have all rotated towards the B site.
And so WASD Sports are being extremely proactive here. Vista actually burning down Krasner, so that's a 5 versus 3 instantly. And my God, does it start to look scary for WORTEX, as obviously they have yet to gain any success in this round. Doista now lurking in middle, seeing if he can find any free kills, but so far no luck, as his position will be known relatively soon, as long as they keep checking that middle smoke.
So let's see, can Doista find a player here who's checking him? He does see the edge there of Gaborik's shoulder, and that's going to be the kill for them, as now a push towards B side could be really good, as Spare is rotating now towards the A. And we just solo Doista trying to find any kind of information. The bomb should be picked up.
And Dodds up close here. Fields is peeking with the AVP, checking every single angle. It's going to be literally a timing game right now, as the push needs to come through. Dodds starts to spray, actually gets the first and gets the second kill, and that is also the bomb dropped, and now only Doista remaining here, and he's going to be taken out. And that is the round for WASD Sports. Dodds, incredibly solid hold there for him. Didn't overextend initially, which definitely would have cost him the life, and therefore managed to kill 2 players off that. So solid work from him.
And he had a teammate as well peeking just to bait in for him, so he had everything set. So he could have been patient there. As WASD Sports, they get one back, but you can see there's still buy round for WORTEX coming through.
Dodds does have the AVP, will go for probably the platform peek, as he's flashing it over for himself, just making sure he can securely peek this position, as he will be flashed back in return and will be smoked off eventually.
And Spur, he missed the smoke because Dodds was right in front of him. So I'm guessing this was not what was planned, but it kind of allows them now to peek towards the entrance of B platform at least.
Yeah, so Dodds keeping control of this B platform. Actually, will the timing work out? works out in favor of Filebo as he manages to drop Dodds instantly, and Dodds didn't even see the player, so he wasn't taking into account the fact that someone might be up close. Vista spraying into the smoke that is deployed in middle, just making sure he can at least put down some amount of damage, as obviously they feel pressured now. It's 50 seconds on the clock as Gaborik will find a kill with the MP9, but Steak will instantly trade him back, and the situation worsens for WASD Sports. How will they manage this?
Yeah, 3 against 4, they have the player in the drop zone as well as in B site, but looks like it's going to be pushed towards the A.
It's all going to be on Vista now as the contact is coming through, and Vista chooses the wrong timing to push. 3 players come out and destroy him as they will be taking the side. Bitcher trying to do some damage as the players are crossing over, and he needs to take a favorable position and needs to do so fast as the Molotov will come through balcony. Both CT players are going to be jumping out, and they find the kill on Fields.
And I think now they know that there's a player inside. Bitcher moving in, he's looking for the kill, but it's going to be Steak against kill on Spur. And now Bitcher can look for the player. He's going to see one player now down near the middle. He's still going to find a headshot on Steak, and now the defuse will come through. Although he just tagged it up. And now let's see, can he find players? They both are pretty low.
Players are extremely low, but he doesn't manage to land any single shot. And that is going to be the round for WORTEX, and it's going to be 14-11. The WASD Sports money has been, well, pretty much destroyed till the very end of this match, most likely, unless they manage to win this round straight back.
Yes, we can see that they spent all money for this round, so any maybe kind of safe place coming through like on CT side. They will play close range, and looks like Gaborik would even like to peek in here. He's going to wait close angle. You can see WASD, they're keeping up the pressure, but it's going to be Krasner with the kill. As now it's going to be Steak looking to find any luck here as he runs out of bullets. Spare with 1 kill, but Krasner is there to get the kill back. And as well on Dodds is only now Bitcher, and Gaborik will be left alive. So quite unfortunate for WASD Sports. I'm guessing this was not the outcome they wanted.
Oh, definitely. No, I feel like they underestimated their opponent initially too much. You were right. They've given them too big of a round gap, and they've managed to take advantage of the fact that by resetting WASD Sports CT side twice now, the money just doesn't allow for WASD Sports to make any sort of comeback in this situation, as Kraster now will take care of Gaborik, and only Bitcher remaining here with the CZ and a nade will find the first kill.
Yeah, this CZ skill of his is amazing, but at least Doista finds the kill back. It was a round where Krasner got 4 kills, and let's see the scoreboard. He's even at the bottom of the scoreboard. You can see all the players from WORTEX are fragging. Doista at the moment at the top, another side Bitcher with 23.
Yeah, so I would like to see more action coming out from Vista. He seemed to be extremely on point at one point in this match, but unfortunately he seems to have calmed down slightly as it is 15-11. Doista with the aggressive push in the middle here, as they will find Filebo, will find Vista, and Doista will find the kill on Gaborik. So they want to just close this round out. They realize the CTs don't have utility, don't have money, most likely won't even have a kill.
Filebo is going to get 1 kill, but he can get the kill against Bitcher. So now 2 against 4. The pistols will come into play. Bitcher with the scouts, but they don't have the kit. And here they're already spotted by Steak. They will manage to get past. And as the Molotov will come through, Bitcher can probably peek in, but you can see the Molotov landing. And Dodds can't do too much as the grenade will kill 1 player off. And now Hansi is dropping down. He should be taken down. And it's going to be 16-11. WORTEX, they managed to take Cobblestone against WASD Sports in a quite weird fashion. I think WORTEX, they did show up. They played a great game, but WASD Sports, in my opinion, they messed up.
They threw away the game, essentially, yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. You saw it initially when they had endless amounts of money to make sure that they are securing the rounds. They choose to go for farm guns, and this is how it paid off. They've lost their map, which is 16-11, and now it's going to be heading into Inferno. And I'm just curious to see, obviously, WASD Sports are not going to be fooling around anymore. They will be,
I'm guessing,
most likely bringing out the big guns and will try to go for a solid play, but I feel like if WORTEX, once again, if they manage to start off strongly, just off the fact that probably WASD Sports are not in the best mindset right now, that could really play against WASD Sports if WORTEX have to manage to start off strongly, that is.
And they need to start on city side as well, because Inferno is that kind of a map. But we're going to see that map after a bit. Remember about the giveaway that we're going to give away 1 ticket for both days to Hypertown events. So be sure to check that out after the next game. But for now, small commercial break, and then of course Inferno.
You spray, you trip. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
Welcome back as we're going to head now into Inferno between WORTEX Gaming and WASD Sports. The previous game, interestingly enough, it was WASD who dropped down and lost on cobblestone.
So as we spoke before, WASD seemed to have given away the advantage initially they had, and unfortunately ended up costing them the map.
Yeah, in a way there, but let's see if anything changed here on Inferno. I still think they're going to start it off pretty strong, just continue on with that. As I spoke before, their app control is so superior than I think any other team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very good battles around second, middle, and that positions as well. And I think WASD Sports is going to be that team who's going to smoke off Banana, put one player there, and they're going to be fine with it. And
also take into account the fact that Inferno is quite a narrow map in terms of how the terrorist team are entering any sort of site. So obviously, if you have a solid hold and that hold is just impenetrable, there's no team is going to do anything about that. Obviously, we also spoke before now that perhaps the fact that WASD Sports are currently ranked #1 in this tournament has taken into play here, as they do seem to spend quite amount of time trying to play for fun, and did cost them the map initially. Let's see if it's going to be the same story here on this map, as we're going to be starting on Inferno here. WASD Sports are going to be starting on CT side, and let's see what WORTEX can bring to the table.
And they have fields with 3 grenades and nothing else, and they're going to head towards B. So let's see if Bitcher here with Spur can do anything about it. As the grenade has come through, he's going to hit one shot, but it was Spur close range, and from the back lines you can see the players are just getting picked off, and it's going to be 2-on-2. So I guess a lucky outcome for WASD.
Yeah, probably the best outcome that could have happened in that situation, apart from them wiping the whole team, as Vista already has managed to spot a player here towards in Banana, and they have a duel of their own happening, as he actually gets the dink and eventually the kill onto Doista here, but Steek instantly takes him down, and now Gaborik.
He has Deagle in his hands, he has to rush, and I think Steek has to realize that pretty fast. As he's trying to get away in Gaborik, he can't hit the shots, he has to reload. He'll get back, but he's going to still stay with this weapon, as he's still running forward, looking for the kill, but Steek, 4 kills in the pistols.
Excellent work from Steek there, and also brings the first round to WORTEX here. Extremely important on this CT-sided map for most teams at least, and they are off again to have to gain at least some decent amount of rounds on their half, so they can have that solid hold once they switch sides. As Spur here, actually, with the scouts, going to be peeking down, will manage to tag Fields with down to 50 HP. He's probably just waiting for his timing. Once again, tags Fields, and Fields only on 14 now. Krasner, Spur here, just doing a lot of work with the scouts.
Doista very lucky as he moves in, but Spur gets the kill back. Spur, my god, he's gonna get one more, and the third one for him.
And Krasner's still on low HP. Can he find Krasner here? As he already managed to find 3 players, and Krasner still choosing to go for these duels.
And since the bomb is dropped down towards that T spawn, they have to go through here. And Spur, he misses the time to get the player, but he's still going to get it. 4 scout kills.
And now they're probably going to try to give him the ace, as they have information about their last player. He manages to tag him up. Steek will take both Spur and Vista's life, and now Dodds up close will eventually close out the round and manages to retrieve an AK for himself as well. 1-1. WASD Sports instantly bring it back. It doesn't look like they'll be having too much fun on this map. It's all serious business here, as Spur just annihilates them with the scout, initially doing crazy amounts of damage and even finding the full HP player there. So excellent work from them. Let's see how WORTEX want to bring this one back with pistols.
Spur just spotted more than one player heading towards middle. It's going to be a fast rush, and Gaborik instantly sees the player, takes him down. Especially Spur with the kill, as Gaborik with the shotgun can do so much here, and it's going to be Doista with 1 kill, but he's going to be the last man.
Spur with the knife!
What is that?
So Spur ran out of bullets, and the optimal decision there, just go for the knife.
Yeah,
in the
there's no pistol in that scenario.
No, there's no pistol. Why would you have a pistol?
But it's 2-1, so WASD Sports, they managed to get back after that first round victory from WORTEX. And you can see now WORTEX is going to will be put on eco, as WASD Sports can still rack up some money with those farm weapons. So let's see if that kind of game continues as they're going to head towards middle. You can see the aggression still going on. Bitcher gets one with grenade, and they're still pushing up front as from the second middle, Vista gets one. And he's kind of aware for where the player could be, and he's going to take the player down who had the bomb in his hands. And you can see Phileb, Zdeek, both very low.
Zdeek actually hiding in T-spawn
yeah,
at this stage.
There's nothing else to do.
Not entirely sure why. Because obviously he's going to be hunted down eventually anyway, so his best option was to just get as many guns out of the CT as they can, and GOEXANIMO will actually find him with the automated shotgun there.
That long of a range. Might as well, yeah, Zdeek was low.
Zdeek was on like 10 HP there, so he couldn't survive any engagement. As the full buy will come out from WORTEX here, so a lot of nades, a lot of utility on them. And GOEXANIMO chooses to stay on this shotgun here, as also Spray has picked up the AVP, will smoke off middle and actually decides to peek through the smoke and fall back after. Excellent play once again coming out from him, peeking into second middle. As you've said, this app presence from them is just, you can see all players are up close. Doyle's here playing a dangerous game, but Fuleba will find Bitcher in banana.
And he almost found Dawes, but it was very lucky for him, as now Vista even pushing up front. He's going to see the player but not get the kill. So now it's going to be 2 against 3, but you can see Spur and Dawes both on so low HP.
And look at GOEXANIMO, he's actually pushed into second middle, looking for this player here. Will spot the player in the...
What? Long range headshot, and Spur, he's going to lose his op. There's going to be only Doista left here, as GOEXANIMO is still looking for the shotgun kill, so 12 HP against 11 HP at this stage. The bombs drop down to our second middle, and you can see Dodds even being that confident to push out here.
Once again, what am I watching?
This is, I believe, a Face-It match you're watching. This doesn't seem like anything else. The same thing from WASD Sports. But let's see if they will just continue on doing that, and will they... but one thing that they're not doing, they gave Spur the op. So at least they're having a serious thoughts about that weapon being used.
Yeah, Dodds just missed the timing there and managed to allow to Doista cross into banana here. And Doista has picked up the bomb, so he will be able to manage to put down the bomb and see if he can secure another round for his team, as Dodds here does have a kid, so theoretically can somehow try to retake this. And now he realizes he's missed the chance and he must have gone B. As the bomb will go down, and Doista chooses to push in further into CT just to make sure if he can hear for any early pushes. And the question is, does Dodds have the awareness of mind to check that position or no, as they're currently side by side actually almost.
Let's see Doista, the timing, he missed it. Both players miss each other, but Doista checks the site at least. That's going to be 3 against 2 now, as with 12 HP.
That round could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Slightly unfortunate for WASD Sports, as the timing for Dodds simply wasn't there, and he managed to once again.
But he now has the spawn. Now he has the spawn and the timing to peek towards middle. So let's see if he can get the early kill, as they don't give the op to Spur. I think they'll just pass on, as he's going to go towards second middle. There's going to be the raid coming through, but he won't see anyone enter there. But now at this stage, he can just stay here and look for the players to come through. And if or when Krasner jumps towards balcony, he could probably get the flick here, as he almost got it, but Dodds goes down. So now the apps are almost given away. There is still Vista to be dealt with.
There is, however, another AVP on WASD Sports, and that is on GOEXANIMO, who's checking from long into middle here. But as we speak, Doista finds Vista towards the apartments here, and GOEXANIMO will eventually take him down, as the terrorists are pushing a short here and have taken control of mid here. GOEXANIMO drops the bomb player, also spots the low HP, but doesn't manage to get the kill.
Yeah, luckily Bitcher as well went down. He did spot the player towards middle as he was pushing in from the long, but could not get the kill with the UMP.
And Spur here just running around with the Zeus and pistol in hand, seeing if he can find any players here. Actually a cheeky position for the Zeus, so theoretically it is possible to do so while being here, but in his interest it is to find at least some sort of weapon.
Why would you move around with Zeus?
You can see he's even baiting.
Oh, he tagged the player, I believe, in the foot there.
What? That's not a kill?
In the foot, it's not a kill. Weirdly enough. Well, at least if teammate does it to you. I know that for sure.
Okay, I'm not picking up the Zeus ever so often, so I wouldn't know, but wow. Okay, that's learn something new every day, I guess.
That is true.
As WASD are now actually going to be on, well, on a semi-buy. There is an MP9 and a Mag 7 on them, as well as a few pistols all around.
I like the Spurs smoke because he can peek towards Mexico here under, but there is still an AW player who finds him in the end. So no luck for him. And let's see if any players in Banana try to do something cheeky here.
So far, I feel like once again an overconfident start from WASD. Not really entirely sure what sort of game do they want to play, or do they just want to have fun, and knowing that they have already secured a place in the LAN finals and will be able to play for the grand prize there.
Let's see, GOEXANIMO, he leaves the players B, but here he gets the greatest timing ever, but he misses those shots. A bit too aggressive with the Deagle from GOEXANIMO. But still going to be 3 against 5, as Vista has a good chance to stop any kind of weird stuff from happening as they're now moving in. The information should be there for CTs. They're going to now start a rotation. Vista still waiting for someone to push through apps here, but he's going to stay hidden.
And he's going to hear the player in pit, and that is going to be Doista. Doista just checking to make sure that there's no players there, as actually Vista will find Krasen now, but he understands he's going to be sandwiched in, and Dodds with the kill.
Through the smoke. And the bomb is yet to be planted, so now they can, from the side, hold this position. Still, Butcher even gonna get the kill, and Dodds gets the kill back. So now 1v1, Fileba versus Dodds. And I don't think Dodds knows the position of the player, but Fileba is well aware of it. Yeah. So let's see what can Fileba do here, as he's gonna push up front. He does not have any kind of flashes to use, and will he peek towards Dodds? As Dodds now, did he give himself away? He does not, but Fileba still 13 HP. He gets the flick on the player, and WORTEX in the lead.
A very important clutch for their team. As you can see, the CT's money is shattered once again, keeping in control. They actually decide to force up here. So the round, how much money do they get now? It's around 2,500 probably after this round if they lose it, as Fields will already take the life of Bitcher. And
but
once again,
luckily for Bitcher and Spur, he's gonna get 1 kill, but that's gonna be it. They tagged at least the AW player towards middle before Bitcher went down.
Regardless, actually GOEXANIMO is going to be falling back from B, only leaving Dodds here with the Mag 7. Little does Dodds know that there are actually 2 players up close and 1 further back into Banana, as this Molly will give that information away. So they are going to be pushing up close. Actually, Fileba tags him before Dodds manages to shoot any bullets, and the crosshair instantly goes sky high, and accordingly doesn't manage to land any consecutive shot there. And now only GOEXANIMO left with the M4. No nades, does have a kit, doesn't have a helmet. Will spot the first player, but will go instantly down, and that is going to be 5-3 for WASD. So as you can see, while yes, WASD are having this impactful play towards apartments in general, WORTEX just don't play that area and just decide to take the round in different ways.
Yeah,
so
they are a bit active towards middle WORTEX. They're still peeking it, even though they've been confronted many times with the scouts or the ops.
It looks like perhaps someone from WASD has a plane to catch this time, as they're looking to rush and finish this match regardless of the scenario as soon as they can. As Vista and Spur now peeking into second middle. Vista will find Doista here. Can Spur help out and find a second kill on a T player? They will not. And only Bitcher remaining there, and actually Fields with the timing manages to land a shot on Bitcher, who was strafing by that wooden wall, and will go down. And that is 6 rounds already favoring WORTEX here. So far looking also incredibly solid from them. You cannot say that they are given free rounds. They have definitely earned them with solid plays, with trades throughout, and obviously the players being on point, especially on this map. That is Doisa and Steak with that, excuse me.
You can see Spur, just the aggression towards middle. Will they sandwich? No, it's going to be Steak with the kill, but you can see there are 3 players towards Banana and 2 from the other side. As Fileba is now looking for the kill, he's going to find one's going to find the second, but it's going to be Bitcher with the kill back as towards middle. GOEXANIMO pushing forward, missing the op shot, and the 7th round for WORTEX. Definitely solid play. They're not stunned by any kind of plays that WASD do.
Yeah, they're not stunned in either way. I'm just trying to understand here, why do CTs just to continue to push? Because obviously, okay, fair enough, you can try it a few times in a row, but afterwards, once the pushes are being just stopped and are being waited for, you should really stop that sort of play and make the terrorists wonder what are you up to, instead of just keeping up with the same stuff you've done before.
Yeah, and Spur, the smoke works out perfectly for him as he gets the first kill. and now even the AK in his hands. There's still even three players towards Banana, and it's going to be Krasner with the task here as Dodds goes down towards B, but it's going to be Bitcher with the scouts going to get the kill back. You can see Spare, he's just pushing up front, but Bitcher with one more kill as Krasner from second middle is going to find Gaborik, but there's still three players to find, and they're coming from both sides. And Bitcher instantly with the AWP that he picked up.
So 4-7, they managed to retrieve quite a few guns here. There's an AVP saved and also 2 AK, so that's great news for the CD side. Obviously, WORTEX still in a very favorable position, having already 7 rounds on Inferno in terms of being on the terrorist team is always great news. I feel like having 5 is always enough, and anything above that is a bonus. So they've definitely earned their bonus there, as the CTs are going to be looking to establish banana control, and Spur actually manages to find a kill there and is still alive, causing headache for WORTEX, as Bitcher will now join him, and they're just allowing him to retrieve back safely. Are they going to push this smoke? They're pushing actually the smoke. And Bitcher will push through, gets the first kill, does a lot of damage on the second, but doesn't manage to find a kill just yet, as Spare is just around the corner there.
The one thing that puts me off about eSports team play is that when even they're losing, they're not taking the time to take the timeouts or anything like that, because I know that this is the kind of team that will take the timeout if necessary.
Yeah, as I said, I feel like they're probably just having fun at this stage, and accordingly are just trying to make the best they can against this team, perhaps trying out how their aggressive plays are working and seeing where they could potentially fail. So, I mean, as we've already talked before, they know that they've secured the spot, so they have the freedom to do whatever they want. And if they decide to spend the match like this, well, why not? It's definitely a different eSports than we've seen before, as Gaborik here will find actually a kill on Doista, but the remaining terrorist players are going to be heading towards B. You can see Gaborik had the option of swapping out towards the AK. He chose not to do so, and most likely will go down here to the both of the terrorist players who have decided to double peek him and will take him out. So 4-8. As the scoreline favors WORTEX currently, and already 8 rounds on the T side. I'm expecting them probably to get at least another 2 if things keep going the same way.
That could be correct. And eSports on CT side, you can see you can't say anything too much about their holds because they're not holding, they're pushing. Yeah,
they're pushing, they're not holding. As you can see, once again, another push is going to be commencing from the CTs as Bitcher is pushed in second middle, doesn't manage to find a kill here, as also Fileba will take down Gaborik.
Spur has missed already 2 AWP shots, and he has to be careful because there are players towards second middle, and Fields finds Vista towards Banana. This could now allow them to push through, and Dodds saves his teammate Spur there, leaving Spur with 7 HP, and now to look for the kills. But Krasner, he was already pushed into the apartments, finding the kill, and this looks like nothing else than 9-4 for WORTEX.
Yeah, I'm just so confused watching this match. It's all over the place. Every single part of the map is now Dodds will find Fileba towards middle, and just understanding that Krasner was recently there, unaware, of course, of the fact that Krasner has already picked up the AVP and has fallen back. And obviously, WORTEX are having... I suppose they are in great spirits at the moment, as obviously 8-4 against eSports on Inferno is definitely a sight they like to see. Dodds looking to save this AK here, just making sure nobody's flanking him, and just looking for Krasner still, as he is keen to check every single corner, making sure nobody has stayed behind. He's not really going to be hunted at this stage, as obviously WORTEX, they don't really want to give any advantage away. And as I say that, actually, Fields here, he's going to go down two Dodds, that is, and 9-4 WORTEX.
Exactly, and the weird thing that you can't analyze this game too much because WORTEX are doing almost everything correct, and then it's eSports, which they need to do only one thing, just slow things a bit down.
Yeah, they choose not to do that. I'm not going to talk about it too much anymore, as we're just going to see how much eSports can do while playing this game.
Okay, Vista at least he tagged up Fileba towards middle, and you can see one more time Dodds pushing in the banana, and you can see he got one. He's looking for the second. He's not going to find it. It's going to be Steek who's going to go down there in the end to Bitcher, but you can see there's one player close, Fileba, just waiting for the player to be here, and he's going to get the headshot in. So now if they try to go towards the A side, it's going to be Gaborik and Vista ready. Especially Vista, who's still checking towards middle.
As Gaborik is bunny hopping around the A site.
Yeah, just making noise that I am still here, guys. Just come here. Well, let's see. They know that he's towards middle. He's going to be taken down, and now Vista can now potentially get the kill here, but he misses the timing. He did spot the player, and this player spotted him. Well, let's see how this trade goes. As he's still, you can see Ado is just in the perfect position. It's really hard to spot a player in that scenario.
Oh, for sure, especially if you're in movement as well.
Yeah.
It's literally like you would have to be checking for that position for actually to be spotted. Normally you won't see him most likely unless he is over peaking. You can see 3 deagles coming out on the WASD Sports side as well as a USB on Spur. Actually, Spur is AFK. And Dodds has the AVP who's going to be peeking down into Banana here. Doesn't manage to land the first shot. Misses the second.
And it's dropped down to 44.
And has gone down to 44 HP here. As Doysten now taking control over apartments, just making sure nobody is pushed up close. He's going to be checking every single corner here as Steek will take down Bitcher, but Dodds instantly training with Fileba there. And it is a 4 versus 4 situation as Spur is rotating towards 2B and Dodds has made the call for the rotation there.
Doysten finds one, he sees the other as well. Gabor going down, and now let's see. This was a pretty slow takedown from Spur. And now we can check if it's going to be a successful retake for WASD Sports since this is the last round of the first half and they have nothing to save here.
Yeah, the bomb plant is going to be going down in the default position. Spur here pushing through apartments. Doesn't really look like he's going to try to hide his tracks. He's just going to basically run in. Actually finds an instant kill onto Fields here. Does he find the second player? Actually gets the kill on him as well. And now the bomb plant head for the default position here. Tries to stick it. Lands the kill and takes the round. Spur let go of the W button, man.
4 kills for him. As you can see, it's going to be 5 to 10. As that's not the sight you want to see if you're CT.
Yeah, but I feel like it's all in good fun for WASD Sports. Is clearly this retake is, well, I mean, it's one way to do a retake if you're super confident, but normally you would see some sort of team play happening in that scenario where for Spur it was just like, just show me where they are.
Yeah, and it was just like that. Well, let's see now it's going to be WASD Sports on T side. Let's see what's going to be their approach to this one. Since they were all the time very active on CT side, I guess they're not going to stop now.
Most likely no, and we can see them already heading towards middle. They just want to end this really quickly as they've actually dinked both of the CT players, that is Krasner and Steek, and forced them to fall back. A rotation is coming through from the B site as Dodds will find Fields towards A long, and Bitcher already in arch here. Dodds just giving out headshots. And Gaborik follows up as well as it is a 3 versus 2 situation. Bitcher will be found by Doysta, and now it is a strong 2v2.
So let's see when Dodds will hear that there's a guy towards middle. He knows there's a guy towards long, and I think he missed the timing to understand that there's a guy right in the middle behind him. But let's see if Fileba can get kills here. He's going to get Gaborik, but there's still Dodds right in front of him. That's going to be 55 HP now on Fileba. He knows where the guy is, but it's going to be pretty tough to get the kill, especially with this kind of movement from Dodds. As they take the pistols, it's going to be 6 to 10.
And Dodds with the 4K on the first round. It's impressive stuff coming out from him. I feel like WORTEX will actually slightly struggle to hold them if they continue with this all-out aggression, as it is extremely hard to hold any terrorist team that is being overly aggressive on this map, and if you are not extremely prepared for it. As you can see, push again, once again, excuse me, towards middle is going to be happening as they're going to be splitting also through apartments here. Bitcher up close and personal, finds Fields, and they just continue rolling into the site. The CTs are struggling to keep up with the pace as Krasner here is locked out of the site and essentially given free control for WASD Sports to take over this site. And there's just no respect pushing them.
And you can see that's almost working out. The Spur finds 2, but there's the other player coming in and only left Fileba alive, who rotated from the B site. So let's see if he can take any more weapons down. As, yeah, WASD Sports. I don't know what else to say, because you can see they even like plant the bomb. They hear that, okay, there's someone long, and then there's just a whole WASD Sports army to that position.
Yeah, they decide why not, let's just peek all together, because it's obviously not going to be something that any CT player would be expecting, an aggressive play from the terrorists in an instant post-plant situation. And Fileba was spotted here. He will be saving his CZ and armor as well as the farm guns on WASD Sports side. 10 to 7, and WASD Sports have brought back 2 rounds here, so as the scoreline is becoming closer and closer. I feel like WORTEX will feel more and more pressure to hold this aggression, but really all they need to do is just double or triple nade down into T middle, and that's it.
That could definitely work out. We can see this time they put 3 players towards second middle. You can see the grenades did come through, tagged Spur a bit, and you can see they're pretty close towards middle as they peek out. They're even pushing up forward, but it's going to be just a cleanup from WASD Sports. So they're taking down 3. The 4th player will go down as well. And Doista, with 2 HP, he survived for that long of a period of time.
I'm going to correct you there. That was actually Spur's own nade.
It was Spur's own nade?
Yeah, he missed where he was pushed as he was throwing it, and it bounced off the wall and managed to land in between his legs. Didn't do too crazy amount of damage, and while he was handling that situation, his team handled the other team. So we're going to see how this buy is going to go out. As we can see, the trend is continuing. Spur still on the farm gun, Dodds with the sawed off, and actually Fields with the Mag 7. So not really sure why he chose to go for this weapon. Now you can see WASD Sports once again pushing for a Spur finds the kill on Steak and will be taken down by an nade, but Bitcher will find Fields here as well, and the bomb will be going down in a default position as Bitcher just destroys Krasner towards long, and now there's another player in Arch. Will he manage to do anything as he's taking damage from both players, and Fileba will go down, remaining only Doista, and that is going to be 10-9, most likely heading towards WASD Sports once again. Doista doesn't manage to find anyone just yet here as he hears players all around him, kills off Dodds, and can he get the second kill here? No, he won't, as Vista will find the headshot, and it is going to be 9-10. I feel like that WORTEX needs to really find a key how to hold this, because as I said, it's pretty obvious at this stage what they should do. They should just be double nading every position. That is being stage, middle and banana, just to make sure they put that initial damage in and that they can trade effectively afterwards. They're not doing it, and obviously WASD Sports with their all-out aggression are just abusing the fact here, as Spur manages to find a kill on Steak here, even taking initial damage just before the beginning of that fight, as Bitcher will find Fields as well, and now it looks like a dangerous scoreline for them as Doista will go down to Gaborik eventually, and now it's a 4 versus 2 situation, and Fileba and Krasner need to find at least some sort of kills here because they need at least 1 or 2 weapons saved. Bitcher will find Krasner, and now only Fileba remaining will be found and taken out. 10-10.
10-10, so they finally tied the game up. And I guess if they would have started on CT side on Cobblestone as well, WASD Sports, I'm guessing then the game could have went their way, because since they're all the time putting out the aggression, finishing the game on C side is the way to go. But let's see now, as it's going to be Steak picking up the op, he's going to head towards middle to look for that lucky entry, as he's kind of defensive with it, and the flash puts him back. So no entry frags for WORTEX just yet. As let's see, it's going to be WASD Sports taking control of the apartments.
Yeah, and WASD Sports have actually slowed down the pace ever so slightly, so switching it up a bit as Gaborik will lose his life to Fileba here, and together with the help of Doista, they have managed to take banana control fully and found 2 kills off the back of that as well. So the remaining terrorist players are pressured into this A site here, and there are already 3 CTs waiting for them as Bitcher will find the first kill, Dodds will find the second, and can Bitcher do more work here as Dodds will find the 3rd player on A.
As now it's going to be, okay, Bitcher and Dodge just clean up. We saw WORTEX, they were trying for the retake. It was very unlucky for Steak because he was holding that angle and he almost got the timing right, but he switched out from his weapon at the wrong time and was caught out.
It's interesting that this super aggression still continues to work out in favor of WASD Sports, as even when you're trying to go for a retake as a CT, you are being shut down in positions that you are not even expecting to be peaked most of the time. Yes, you're going to have that one situation where someone is going to be super aggressive, but not every single round, as you can see.
Finds 2 guys already. There's so much money racked in, and you can see no one's going down on the side of WASD Sports. As now it's going to be Bitcher going down. Let's see if Fields can find any more kills. He's going to find Dodds. You can see from the apartments, from the long, they come out. 12-10, WASD Sports, they need only 4 more rounds, and WORTEX, they haven't won even 1 CT round.
So far terrible news for them as they continuously buy up and have an AVP available as well. Spur is still eager to continue with the MAC-10, so he's probably playing the role of the bank of his team, as obviously a single kill instantly pays off. And you can see the terrorists spreading out, same as before. A few going towards the second middle position and 2 terrorists remaining towards the banana, as the Witcher actually taking some amount of damage there from nades and a Molotov, I believe. And Witcher will find Doista there.
He found the player through the smoke, Spur. Even at that stage, he will find the kills, as now they're going to move towards the A site. It's going to be Fields here in pretty good position, but with the off, it's not the best weapon to have, as he misses the first opening shot. Steak with 2 kills. He's looking for the third, but Gaborik finds the player. And do they really not know that there's a player in apps?
I feel like they should have known.
They're not paying attention to that kind of information, as now Gaborik has to be pretty careful, because there is a player coming out from long as well. It's going to be Phileb and Fields for the retake. And let's see if he's going to expect the player to be here, as he's going to expect, but Phileb gets the kill back. And finally, WORTEX managed to get the round.
Yeah, because previously, just before, when it was still a 3 versus 2 situation, Fields missed the shot with the AVP and Steak managed to kill off a player. So obviously information not being passed correctly there as it should be, and that might have cost them the entire round.
Yeah, the information that there was no player in the... They didn't know, because Fields even missed 2 shots when they were rushing in through the short. That's weird that no one was checking it, and they were planting even for apartments.
So regardless, the buy is going to be coming through, as we have spoken already before. I don't think the aggression is going to be stopping it here, as Gaborik does Molotov aggressively towards the banana position and also nading up front, making sure to keep those CTs in check and making sure they're going to be afraid to peek into this banana, therefore not knowing how many players are going to be there, as Gaborik extremely aggressive here, sneaking into the corner, perhaps is going to be waiting for some sort of timing, as on the second side of the map.
Find the up player at least. There is Steak that takes him down from the graveyard, but he will be instantly spotted, so the information should be given. It looks like finally eSports will hit the B site. There's going to be only one player there, Phileb, and now rotation from Doista will come in. So let's see if Phileb can stop them, as he spots the player, but he's going to get rushed one more time. So he has to be really careful, as the bomb will be planted. And there's going to be 3-on-3 retake. 1 player through banana and 2 players through the runes, but it's going to be Doista with the kill. But can he find the next guy as well, as they're both waiting near the site, near the grill. And as well, Vista, who's not checking behind lines. He's not checking banana, only now he checks it. And he's going to see the player, he's going to take him down. And now let's see if Doista with 8 HP can do anything about it, as both players are low. But right as he peeks out, Vista with the quick flick and the kill there. And 13-11, as eSports needs only 3 more rounds, and WORTEX, their economy is reset.
And actually, Gaborik, because he managed to sneak past that smoke into the corner there, he waited for the rotation for one of the B players to go away towards A. And as soon as that happened, they hit the B site, knowing that there's only one player there. Extremely smart stuff coming out from them, even with this fast pace. They are mindful of what they're doing. And Steak here now taking insane damage towards middle, almost lost his life to the Molotov. They're trading weapons with Krasner, as obviously there's no point of him having the M4 with 5 HP only, as he's going to be pushed further down into pit, and actually will find a kill onto Bitcher, but Spur doing insane work here, as Dodds will find a kill as well. And now will they expect Phileb to be in this site? Phileb does manage to find the first kill, and can he get the second one, as he's being checked now?
And he will, so now it's going to be 1-on-1, only Vista remains, and as he picks up the AK, he has the full armor. He's going to go for defuse. Great awareness of the situation, as Vista is waiting for the fake. This is a very convincing play from Vista, as he's coming out, and there is the kill.
Yeah, Vista was just playing it playing it like a pro, and thinking that he's going to be faking it, as obviously once again showing it. Well, he didn't really have a kit, so he couldn't really stick it there. Yeah. He waited for around a few seconds and peaked him at the appropriate timing, as it is going to be 14-11 here on Inferno in favor of eSports, who actually appropriate name for them, as the W button is something they're not really letting go of. And here is going to be fast push from Spur, as he one more time gets the kill. And now they just have to clear out the A side. It's going to be Bitcher now moving towards B. He did spot the player towards that position, but no luck there. It's going to be all on Doista to stop any kind of push from happening. Look at Spur, he's in CT spawn already. He's backstabbing him in B. And we'll see here, Doista, he gets pushed around, and it's going to be now an A side take. It's going to be Krasner with Fields. Both players now looking to retake the A side, as they have nothing else to do here. Just giving away this round will mean that they will play for the overtime. It will be pretty tough. They don't have the kit as well. They do have a smoke and a Molotov, but they're kind of now relying on the fact that it could be
them just catching out players off guard. As here Fields finds Dodson's going to be only Vista remaining. This retake could definitely work out as Krasner pushes through the smoke that he deployed, and it's going to be all on Vista to find the closest player. But Krasner from the back lines finds the guy. It's going to be 14-12.
Yeah, 14-12 definitely coming in here, but it's not the best situation for WORTEX, because if they lose this next following round, that is most likely the whole game. So extreme pressure on them. They're not going to be having a huge amount of nades on their team. Obviously, these AKs are saving their lives currently as having that kill potential, first of all, and second of all, the fact that you don't need to rebuy this weapon actually will eventually allow their team to pick up the necessary nades. So my bad on the math there. As the WASD are going to be actually nading Banana and pushing up close once again, seeing if they can find any free kills here. And Bitcher, extremely aggressive in apartments here, is going to be smoked off eventually, and just looking for any sort of sound cues at this moment.
I thought he's going to go towards short, because then he would have some luck maybe finding dots there. But no luck just yet, as there is now only smoke deployed towards long. It's going to be both players now falling back to the site. And let's see if they can take it, as Steak finds one, but Dots with the kill back. And now he knows that the player is dropped down. He's going to find the kill, and he still has to find one more, as he will. And only Krasner with Fields will remain. And they're both in B side. They have to retake. They're going to head towards long, and let's see if Gaborik can find this kill, or she's going to stay just here just for the information. As he's going to see the player's going to go for the kill, he's going to kill him off, and only Fields remains with 22 HP. And as he peeks, Vista with the headshot, and 15-12 as WASD look to close this game out.
So the worst possible outcome for Team WORTEX here, instantly losing after they have just won a round.
Yeah.
And that means that they only have an automated shotgun, 2 Deagles, and 2 CZs, and a very few nades and smokes here.
Let's see, maybe that will work out, as we've seen sometimes these pistols can catch someone really off guard, but you can see they can't even take really good positions. The only position that they've taken now is the apartments, as there are going to be 2 players in there. You can see Steak kills off Spur, so that's the first, and Fields looking for the kill, but it's going to be Bitcher with the kill back. And now if they push towards the A side, it's going to be only 2 players there. There's going to be only pistols there, as Dots finds one. That Steak is ready. Dots still finds the player, and that leaves only Fileba and Krasner alone.
So Krasner are also on an extremely low HP here. Doesn't find any player just yet, as actually Fileba would have killed Dodds, and it is a 3 versus 2 situation. Theoretically doable, but it's not doesn't look like WORTEX are in a rush, as Fileba is still waiting for his teammate to come through, and he needs to take over initiative here, and he needs to find a kill fast, as they don't have any kit on their team.
And here Gaborik, perfect position towards middle. Then spot the player, take him down, and only 1 remains. Krasner with 10 HP as Gaborik evades the bullet, 16-12. The game ends, and WASD at least managed to bring this one back here and going 1-1 against WORTEX.
Yeah, and once again, it didn't look like it was a huge job to do for WASD on the T side. As we've joked already countless times, they're not really letting go of the W button, just running forward and trying to find frags as fast as possible. Also, these entries are still working out in their favor, and WORTEX really couldn't do much. I feel like, as I said before, I don't think I can recall a single round where WORTEX would try to pre-nade certain positions in terms of doing damage.
They were trying to do it towards Banana, but WASD, they're just so fast, or rather not hitting that position, that the grenades didn't do too much.
Yeah, so I mean it's not really working out for them. So WORTEX are lacking perhaps experience in terms of what to do in these sort of situations and how to play against teams like this. Great learning lesson for them. Regardless, they put up an extremely good T side dually that was also into some retrospect, because WASD were also playing this aggressive half here on their CT.
Oh, but what we can do now is check out the schedule, and after that we're going to give the giveaway away, so be sure to tune in for that, as now we're going to see what we saw yesterday, what we saw today, and we're going to see tomorrow. So we already saw Team Refuse against Žalgiris. It was a pretty easy fight for them.
Yeah,
not
it
too
didn't
many
look like
issues.
they were too bothered about how the situation was going for them, as obviously they just glided through past Žalgiris. We were expecting a lot closer match coming out there, but obviously things still need to be polished off in between those players there. And
today we saw something that we have never seen before, XGR going 2-0 against Aesthetic.
And also something we've seen a lot before, Aesthetic not winning another map.
Oh yeah.
Ouch. feels bad, man, and so on. I really don't know what else to say. I just feel sorry for the players there. Perhaps drastic changes need to be made in order for this team to succeed in the next season.
A lot of practice and experience need to be gained. And now that we saw just now WORTEX versus WASD Sports, WORTEX taking map against WASD Sports on cobblestone, which was kind of a surprise for us. But the way that WASD Sports played, they were not in it 100%.
I feel like they were just having fun as much as they can during this match, so they weren't really too bothered, and they even managed to pick off a second map off just the fact that they were running around and gunning and just playing like a face-it match, essentially. Even some face-it matches are more serious than their play, whereas, you know, so definitely an interesting match to see. Definitely also I agree that it was a match of the week, especially how it played out eventually.
In a way.
So we got to see a lot of new stuff and different sides of the teams. And then afterwards we're going to have, tomorrow we're going to have Malco against Skinlords. And
after
interesting to see how it's going to play out, as obviously Skinlords are now pressured to gain some points, as I believe
at this stage it's even basically do or die kind of situation, because if Skinlords drop 2 maps against Malco, Malco take their spots, and if Skinlords manage to win it, they just secure the safe spots in the Big Four.
Yeah, so it's a big match tomorrow in terms of that. And then we have Team Supply against Not Like This. And any predictions perhaps?
For Team Supply Not Like This?
Yeah.
I'm feeling it will probably go 1-1, because I still feel like Not Like This are pretty... they have kind of grabbed a hold of the game, and they have a lot to see what have Team Supply done.
Yeah.
So they can check that out. And Team Supply, they did look good, but I'm still thinking that although they are kind of dropping out position, because I believe they're 9th spot, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them, and that could get to their heads. So I'm still going to say it should go 1-1.
Yeah, I feel like it's most likely going to go 1-1 as well, as Not Like This do have some bit of trouble in terms of closing out matches, and Supply is going to have a lot of pressure on them. So I feel like one of the maps is going to be slightly shaky for one of the teams. Not entirely sure which one. I feel like this is a complete 50-50, regardless of their current standings. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to play out tomorrow, and I feel like it's also going to be dependent on the map choices.
Definitely, because Team Supply, they have only played 3 maps in the tournament. So if Not Like This can manage and squeeze some map that Team Supply haven't played and they have practiced, it will definitely be a 1-1, if not even 2-0, because I'm not quite sure how will they manage to get past that. But I believe now it's time for the giveaway, the 1 ticket for both days to Hypertown Riga Festival. So I believe the drum roll is now in order. And
excuse me, I'm drumming.
Yeah,
do we have a winner, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, do we have the winner for the giveaway? We will see.
One lucky person who's going to enjoy cosplay, drones, of course, eSports, probably a lot of deals for what you can obtain in terms of devices and such. It's usually always present.
A lot of information. And we see the winner. So Insane Camper, congratulations. On 26th and 27th of May, you're going to go to Hypertown Riga Festival, where you can see at the spot the CSGO finals as well as League of Legends finals. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We're going to contact Insane Camper pretty soon. But for now, I'm guessing check out hypertown.pro website as well as BESL.pro. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any action, as we are closing in on that last week of the final games of the group stage, as we're going to have 14 more games in total.
14, only 14 games.
Only 14 games. So be sure to not miss them. I'm MV.
I'm V.
And see you tomorrow.
You spray. You're stuck. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.